Hey everybody, I'm back. This time showing you some of the items that I've picked up this week. And I wanted to start first not with some cards, but with a book that I've picked up. Some of you may have heard it mentioned here online, the 300 Great Baseball Cards of the 20th Century. It's done by Mike Payne, and this book was written in 1999. So thanks to Ray from Philly for turning me on to this. I was actually able to pick this up on Amazon.com. I think I paid 1 cent plus shipping and handling for this. So it's not something that's overly expensive. And like I said, since it was made in 1999, it shows a lot of love near the end towards some of the steroid era players like Sosa and McGuire, because they had just come off that historic 98 run. As far as the vintage cards goes, it does a really good job of showing the key cards from all the way up, from the earliest years up. So you're talking T206 and up. So some great cards. Obviously, some of these cards in here you're not going to be able to afford, like the 51 Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, even this 51 Bowman, Ted Williams is out of my range. But things like this Larry Doby rookie, or Larry Doby 51. And then you've got other cool cards here like this, sorry about the glare, this Gus Zernal, number 31, where he's showing they got the 6 balls on the bat and the 0. So he was a home run hitter in his own right back in the day. So maybe he's calling himself out. He's going to try to tie Babe Ruth's record for 60 home runs. That did not quite happen, though. And then some more of the iconic cards here from the 50s. This one right here is probably one of the most artistic cards, this 53 Bowman Pee Wee Reese. But I could go through this. I don't want to do that for this whole video. But yeah, really great book. Once again, shout out to Ray from Philly for turning me on to that. So like I said, go on Amazon. You can pick them up used for really cheap, since it was written in 1999. There's a lot of good used copies out there. You don't have to buy a brand new copy of it. So looking at the cards that I've acquired here recently, I wanted to start here with this 1958 Hank Aaron All-Star. Love these 58 Sport Magazine's All-Star with the stars in the background and the blue for the National League, red for the American League background. These cards come and they're about 1/3 the price of the regular 58 cards. So if you're looking at collecting a good Hall of Famer, maybe start here with the Sport Magazine All-Stars without having to fork over a bunch of money. And the cool thing on the back of these, they actually will break down the player's stats against each of the team in the league throughout the year. So you can see what he hit per team, how many homers he hit, versus the Cardinals, etc., whoever the team they were playing at the time. So super cool 1958 Sport Magazine All-Stars. Great little subset there from 58. On to this 1960 Billy Pierce and a near mint 7. Now Billy Pierce is a player not enough people know about. He was a 7-time All-Star, multiple 20-game winner. Ended up, I think, with 211 wins with a 3.27 ERA. So he was one of the aces for those great White Sox teams up into the early 60s when they went to the World Series. So he's a guy, and he's listed as a common. So I picked this up for, I think, under $8. So anytime you can get a great pitcher like Billy Pierce for a near mint 7 in 1960, which is my favorite set, as I've mentioned before, that's a definite win. But a beautiful card, yeah, for under $10. There's a lot of steals out there with guys that you just don't know. They're not household names, but they were great players back in the day. On to this 1965 Hoyt Wilhelm for my Hoyt Wilhelm collection. He's another guy that was underappreciated until the end when his Hall of Fame numbers spoke for themselves. But this Hoyt Wilhelm, beautiful card here in a near mint 7, nicely centered. 1965 is probably my 3rd favorite set from the 60s. Behind 1960 and 1967. So looking here at 1966 Topps NL ERA leaders, I have been trying to get this card for some time. I wanted to get it in a near mint 7, but I picked up this excellent to mint 6 because it looks so good. The card is extremely clean with good sharp corners and edges, no print defects, no wrinkles or creases. It has just got a little bit of centering issues, which is common, very common for the 66 ER. The leaders cards from 66 are often left to right off center, and in this case, that's what happened. I've been trying to get this in a near mint 7, but could never get it anywhere near what I wanted to pay for it. And even this one, I had to pay a couple bucks more than the book value, just because it's such a tough card to get. I don't know why this one in particular is, but it was extremely tough to pick up. I needed it for the Marischal the collection, but it also has got Sandy Koufax on it as well. And then on to another Hank Aaron piece, this Hank Aaron in action. Really like the 72 in action cards. I like them just as much as the 72s. It's a set that kind of grows on you. But pick that one up. I also got a 72 Hank Aaron. It hasn't shown up in the mail yet. This one actually, I had to, I bought it on eBay and it didn't show up for weeks. And I hit up the seller and was like, hey, can you fill, I could look at he put the information for the mailing information where I could track it. And it left Wisconsin, 2 weeks prior and just disappeared. So a great seller, he contacted the mail service. They found it in California, and it was 2 days later, it was here to me here in Hawaii. So that was a success story. I was worried I would never get this card. But fortunately, it came in the mail just recently, and I'm super happy to have it. Here we go, a 1973 O-Pee-Chee. Now this is a classic case of buying a card for its appearance and not just its grade. Looking at this as an excellent 5. I have no idea why it's so low. You can look at it and see that very typical of those 73 O-Pee-Chees, they have a rough cut on both the right and the left side. The centering is not great, but it's not that bad. I think this card looks like a near mint 7. It looks like they probably maybe deducted something for the rough cut. And I know by definition, if you go on PSA's they do some YouTube videos and they talk about this. They should not be degrading it for that rough cut. That's a natural cut. And like I said, maybe they didn't take that into account when grading this one. But a great card. Another great card, 1973 all-time home run leaders with Ruth, Aaron, and Mays. Near mint 7. This is the first card of the 73 set. Very nice card to have. It's got Aaron and Mays in it both, and Ruth too. So how can you go wrong with 3 of probably the greatest home run hitters of all time? Problem with this is the centering on the back. This is why it's a 7. The centering is not very good. But if you look here, the really cool thing, it'll show you all the home runs hit on a year-by-year basis. Now, obviously, Aaron and Mays were not done when this card was printed, but really cool to show down basically get the stats of the home runs for each year. Really like this card. Super cool. On to some of my favorite cards from the 70s, these 75 minis. I do, as I said before, have this set ungraded, but it's always great to pick these up, get them slabbed. I got a steal on 4 of these minis that I bought. This Frank Robinson and a near mint 8. I probably paid half what I've seen other people paying for this. I got it for just over $10. What a steal! Like I said, Frank Robinson collection. This is the year he was a designated hitter, and also the first year he became the first African American major league manager here in Cleveland as well as a player. And then on to the Gary Carter rookie from 1975 in a near mint 7. This card, have it graded in a 7, full size as well. Have 2 really nice ungraded copies of this, but saw this for a steal in a near mint 7, picked it up. As well as this Fred Lynn 1975 Topps Mini rookie as well. Fred Lynn really dominated. He came into the league gangbusters. I think he won an MVP as well as a Rookie of the Year in our mid-70s. And then finishing up here with this baseball-wise with this Hank Aaron mini. Great Hank Aaron card. You can really see he's showing his age near the end. Had this in a full-size 7. Now I got the mini in a 7 as well. Once again, great deal on these cards. And then on here, this is the probably one of the more expensive cards I bought in the last couple days. But you know what? Joe Montana, man. This is his autograph, PSA DNA certified autograph. Any kid growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, Joe Montana, man, he was the Tom Brady of today. He was on the same level as Michael Jordan to a certain extreme, except Michael Jordan had not won any championships yet at this point. He might have been the greatest athlete, but Joe Montana, man, that Super Bowl 24, my goodness, 1990, he destroyed the Denver Broncos. I remember VHS taping that game and watching it over and over again because it was quite possibly one of the best games of his career. I mean, he was perfection, absolute perfection. So to get this card autographed, very awesome. Great to have to the collection. And then just the last card I want to show, it's actually not a card, it's just a Panini sticker from '96 from my Kevin Garnett. That's the 99-cent special for the week. But thanks again, everybody, for watching. I've been appreciating all your comments. I'll be posting more videos as the week goes and as more stuff comes in. But thanks again, everybody. Bye.